your kids need to be in a community. They need to have, every one of us wants to be known and cared for. Your kids are no exception. They need to be in a community. There's embedded community in sports. There's embedded community in band. These kids build these relationships within the context of activities that they share in common. And we've talked a little bit about tonight about one of the big causes of depression is, or even symptoms, is this isolation. And it's when these kids feel isolated that's one of the big warning signs of depression. It's when these kids feel isolated, and it's because community is so important to them. Isolation is a big change that should raise all kinds of red flags. And from being a coach, and from being a youth pastor, there is nothing more that I emphasize than the importance of being a community. I've noticed from my experience, when kids start to be depressed, the focus becomes on me and my state, and it becomes this spiral, and they spiral down. One of the things that, for example, sports, as I'm a basketball coach, I coach JV basketball at Pally, and one of the things we do after almost every practice, actually we did it today, is at the end of practice, all the kids line up on the baseline, and one at a time they come out and shoot a free throw, and if the kid misses a free throw, the whole team has to run like a liner. Right? So, but what this does is saying that me shooting a free throw affects other people. And it builds this team. This is what a team is, right? This is kids thinking about not only themselves, but the people around them. And that is so important. How do we do this in a healthy way to where they can have that community but still not be overwhelmed? For example, I'm going to take basketball, for example, because I'm a basketball coach. A kid will like basketball and enjoy being on the team and playing, but they'll have a parent who really has high hopes for them. And it's all good intentioned, but they really push this kid, and they push them hard. And when they have a poor performance, I've seen dads stand on the sidelines after a game yelling at their kid because they didn't perform well. Sports and any other extracurricular activities is a problem when the kid's identity is associated with how they perform on the court, in the band, even within religious groups. If their identity is based on how they perform, that's a problem. One of the hardest things is making that transition from managing your kids' lives to coaching them, to helping them understand that their decisions have consequences. And the hardest part, I think, from what I gather, is letting those kids make those decisions even when you know what the outcome's going to be, or even if you think you know what the outcome's going to be. But it's so crucial, and it's essential that you do that, because that's how teens develop.